Hello, I'm Olivia. This is Ritual Kitchen, where I try out recipes, come up with recipes, ferment things, sometimes combine it with spirituality or symbolism, talk about different themes and topics that may be coming up, or an astrological event or things like that. Yeah, yes, I started doing this kimchi yesterday, and I was totally, I don't know, just a bit out of it, dazed. I was just trying to get grounded. You know, I was too much in my head, too much in my thoughts, which is kind of one of the things that tends to happen, one of my weaknesses. So I went for a walk, I tried to meditate, I did some yoga, and then I did the video, and I still wasn't, still wasn't there. You know, if you're ever too much in your head, you're thinking too much, your thoughts are just going in circles, it's important to find something or do something that will get you back in your body, get you more focused on where you are and that you're safe and everything is good, gets you kind of back on the ground. So often cooking can be one of those ways, starting fermentation can be one of those ways, going for a walk, doing yoga. The intro, or the first part of this video actually, is me yesterday before, and the second half is today, which is now. Yes, I'm just gonna do some of the initial steps, like getting it ready and making the paste, and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. So here I have my cabbage. So the first step is to salt it, and then it has to be left for several hours or overnight. I'm gonna save this to weigh down the veggies and when they're in the brine. And the first time that I did this recipe, I actually you massaged all of the leaves. You left the cabbage whole, you massaged all of the leaves and let it soak, and then after you made the chili paste, you would massage it all over the leaves too and kind of push the whole cabbage into the jar. But this time I'm gonna actually chop it up a little bit because I think it'll be easier, and I kind of want a smaller bite. So I'm adding 5 tablespoons of salt. So there we have the cabbage all submerged, and then I will leave this overnight to soak. Then for the paste we need 9 garlic cloves. Pear. 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. I couldn't find any daikon radish, so I'm using kohlrabi instead. And then here's the Korean chili powder, and so we need a cup of this. It's spicy, but it also smells quite fruity, so it's worth getting it because it's not as spicy as the normal chili flakes. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of fish sauce. So here's the pre-food processed mixture of pear and onion and garlic and chili powder and ginger. Oh, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, so here's the paste. Still a little bit chunky, but I'm just going to leave it like this and see how it goes. And then tomorrow I'll have the paste all ready, I'll have the cabbage all ready, and then I can show you the last steps. I soaked the cabbage in the salted water for a day, overnight. So I'm gonna drain it now. Okay, so here's my cabbage. Now the messy part comes, which is mixing the paste that I prepared yesterday with the cabbage. And so you can do this with gloves if you have some. I don't have any gloves. I'm just gonna go in there and then try and not touch my face. Massaging cabbage is probably also qualifies as a good thing to do in order to get yourself more grounded. I'm just gonna rub some of these and then I'll put them in another bowl so that I know they're like ready to go. I actually really enjoyed this. It was really nice the first time I ever made kimchi. I was like, oh, I've never been quite so intimate with a cabbage. So this probably isn't a good idea if you have any cuts on your fingers or something. There's a lot of good kimchi options now to like buy, you know, it's supermarkets, organic supermarkets. There's something so much nicer about doing it yourself and knowing that like what you've put in it. You know, there's no extra preservatives or something. Like you can watch the process happen yourself. Yeah, you know, after the first time or something, then you can make your own adjustments. So this will already be ready to eat in like maybe 5 days, because it should start to ferment and start bubbling in about 3, and then you can leave it for a couple more days to let it kind of finish going through the process, and then you're ready to go. We've got our chili cabbage. Today I went for my lunch break was just a walk around the neighborhood, and it was like the most gorgeous sunny blue skies, and everything is still covered in snow here in Berlin, which is still kind of mind-boggling because we haven't had a snowy city in years. And everyone just like looked happy. There were a couple people like getting chased off of the canal ice by the police. There's some like tons of people just like standing in the sun with their eyes closed, just like soaking in the rays. Yeah, making it yourself is definitely also super cheap. Cabbage only, you know, costs a couple of euros at least here. Getting like a carrot and a pear and stuff isn't too much either. Don't actually know where this recipe comes from because it's from a friend and he got it from a friend. But I mean, there are a million kimchi recipes out there now. Like, so here's the kimchi. The pre-kimchi. Every single cabbage leaf has been given a little massage by yours truly. The only thing left to do now is I need to add some chopped spring onions, some chopped carrot, mix it all up, and then stuff it in the jar. Now I just have to chop this carrot into matchsticks and then add it to the kimchi and the spring onions as well, and then we will be ready to stuff it. Okay, so amazingly, I got it all in here. It's actually got enough liquid on its own that I don't even need any of the brine. And I've definitely filled it up a little bit too much, so I'm gonna have to really take care of it and watch it the next couple of days when it starts working. Yeah, that's it. 1 kimchi in the making. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to see how this progresses. And if you enjoyed, then please like and subscribe. It's been 5 days and the kimchi is ready. Still a little bit of bubbles, but it's looking really good. Not too moist, not too dry. Tastes amazing. Super spicy, actually, and I already gifted some of it. And yeah, so repeat after me.